In today's lecture, we will continue the friction problems on block resting on inclined plane. Here the block is resting on a inclined plane, we will see. Before going into the problem, some of the tips we will follow. Okay, some of the tips we can see now. Here in this figure, the block is inclined on a plane. Okay, and which is making an angle theta with the horizontal. You can see from this figure. First point what we have to consider, we will see. Okay, always consider the axis parallel to inclined plane and other axis will be perpendicular to inclined plane. See, this is the inclined plane, on it the body is resting. So I considered an axis, x-axis parallel to inclined plane like this. It is parallel and y-axis is perpendicular to the inclined plane. First we have to write this. Okay, my axis is inclined to inclined plane. Next, if the angle of inclination theta, the weight of block makes an angle same, that is theta with vertical axis. If the plane making an angle theta with the horizontal, then my weight component of the block is making same theta with the vertical axis or y axis. You can see from this figure. Here this is the theta making an inclined plane with horizontal axis, horizontal plane. My W weight of block is making same theta with the y axis. Next is normal reaction. Here the reaction is always parallel or along the y axis. This is my y axis and block is resting on inclined plane making an angle theta with the horizontal. My normal reaction is acting upwards and it is on the y axis or parallel. It may be also, it may be in parallel with the y axis. Next is always block will slide because it is placed on inclined plane. Block will always try to slide downwards, hence motion of the block is towards down unless the impending motion upwards is specified. In the problem they will specify this impending motion is towards upside or downside. Unless it will specify this word, that is impending motion upwards or downwards, the block always moves in downward direction. Hence my friction is will be generated opposite to the movement of the block, that is in upward direction. We can see these are the some 5 tips we will use in these are the 4 tips we will use to solve the problems. Okay, you will see the first problem. Okay, problem number 5. Find the value of P so that the body will not impend down the plane. Body is not moving down the plane. Also find the value of P, the body impending up to the plane. Here it is given. Impending is body is rested here. If I release the impending, then the body will move in this direction, downward direction. First case. Second case, the body is, it is specified here. See, impending motion is upwards. Solve what is the P here in this problem. Take for that the coefficient of friction between contact surface is 0.3. It is given in the problem here. Coefficient of friction is equal to 0.3 between the contact surface. Here block and inclined plane, you have to take the coefficient of friction as 0.3. In this figure, the inclined plane is making an angle 30 degree with the horizontal and a block is weighing 150 newtons and P is acting upwards and along the x-axis. I will write now. Data. What is the given data here? Here W of the block is given, that is 150 newtons. They asked P, what is the pushing force required to hold the block so that it should not slide downwards. that is the P. Theta is given 30 degree, that is inclined plane making an angle with the horizontal surface, and coefficient of friction is given between block and surface, that is 0.3. We will see the first case, that is body not impending down, means we are not allowing body to slide down, and at that case what will be the P required to hold the body? Body is sliding by its own weight here in the first case. To arrest that slide, what will be the P required? We will see. This is the step 2. We will write the free body diagram. Here the plane is inclined at an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. Here it is shown like this and like this. Body I not shown. Parallel to this axis is I considered as x-axis. Parallel to inclined plane is my x-axis here, and perpendicular is my y-axis. If theta is 30 degree, my weight of the block, that is 150 Newton, makes an angle 30 degree with the vertical axis, that is y-axis. It is shown here 30 degrees. Okay, P is along the x-axis. If I want horizontal component, I have to take 30 degrees. I don't require this. I am taking along the x-axis now. P is also passing along the x-axis. In step 3, you will see the horizontal and vertical component of weight, that is 115 Newton. Weight of the block. What is its horizontal and vertical component? Okay, horizontal component of W, weight of block, is equal to horizontal component means x-axis. It is inclined. Okay, I will resolve this weight into x-axis here. That is W sin 30. It will become W sin 30. And vertical component of W, that is y-axis, like this, is W cos 30. Horizontal component is W sin 30 along this axis. This is considered as x-axis, and it is also parallel to the inclined plane. I am resolving forces parallel to inclined plane along x-axis. Hence, and P is along x-axis, so it won't require any horizontal and vertical component. Now in step 4, I will apply equilibrium equations, that is sigma fx, that is forces along x direction is equal to 0 or horizontal direction is equal to 0. My horizontal direction is like this now because it is parallel to inclined plane. Okay. Now what are the horizontal forces? Are forces in x direction acting. One is P acting towards right side, hence it is positive given here. Since the block is sliding downwards, motion is downwards, my friction will be generated opposite to the motion of the block. It is upwards like this. Thence it is also positive. It is parallel to x-axis now. That is, it is positive plus F. And this weight component I will resolve into horizontal axis, and it will acting from right side to left side, that is downwards. Hence it is minus 150 sin 30. This is the weight component in x direction or in horizontal direction. It is acting leftwards. It is acting downwards like this and towards left side. Hence it is minus. Here we can see. That is equal to 0. Then for F, I substituted this mu into n. This is limiting friction is equal to mu into n. Then my equation becomes like this. P plus mu n minus 150 sin 30 is equal to 0. I call this as equation 1. Now I will consider the summation of all forces in y direction is equal to 0 or sigma v is equal to 0. What are the vertical forces acting here? One is weight component. I have to resolve along y-axis, hence it becomes 150 cos 30. If I resolve over here, 150 cos 30, it will become, one is this force, another one is normal reaction n acting upwards, hence it is positive Okay, you will see here n is positive and w cos 30 which is negative because acting downwards. This if I resolve in y-axis, it will act downwards. That's why it is 150 cos 30. That is equal to 0. The equation becomes like this. Then n is equal to this 150 cos 30 here. Sorry, it is not 15, 150 cos 30. Then substitute n. N is equal to 150 cos 30 in this equation, equation 1. Then my equation 1 becomes like this, P plus 0.3, that is mu, coefficient of friction. Then this is n, that is 150 cos 30 minus 150 sin 30. This is weight component in equation 1 is equal to 0. Then if I substitute, the equation reduces to like in this form. Then P is equal to 36 Newton. If I apply P 36 Newtons, then my block won't move downwards and it will stand in this position itself. Okay, it won't move because of this self weight. I need 30 Newtons upward pressure to hold this block on this inclined surface with an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. Hence, we solved the first case, that is the force required to arrest the block against the sliding downwards is 36 Newtons. This force I require to hold the block in its stationary position without sliding. Okay, next we will see the motion impending upwards. That is the force required to push the block upwards to generate the motion of a block towards upside. Okay, we will see this second case. What is P is unknown. What is the force that we have to find? Then weight of the block is 150 Newton. It is given. Okay. Next, theta, angle of inclination of inclined plane with respect to horizontal is given 30 degrees, and coefficient of friction same, that is 0.3 given in the problem. This is the data given. Okay, next consider this free body diagram. Okay, I will write the free body diagram. Here the inclined plane is there. This is making an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. Now my block is here. Okay, my considered x-axis parallel to this inclined plane and this as y-axis. Since the angle of inclination is 30 degree, my weight component also makes 30 degree with the y-axis or vertical axis. And this P pressure, what is required to push the block towards upside, that is to make the body move upward direction, what will be the P required, we have to find. Due to this weight, normal reaction will be developed in upward direction along y-axis, and since the motion is upward, my body motion is upward in this problem, so I consider the friction in downward direction. Okay, now what is the horizontal component of this weight? We will see. Horizontal component means this is with respect to x-axis. X-axis, it is in left side direction. That is arrow 2 is towards left side, and it is given by 150 sin 30 degrees. And vertical component becomes 150 cos 30 degrees. P is along x-axis, so there is no vertical and horizontal component for this pressure P. Only it is acting on the axis itself. Okay, next step, what we have to do? Apply equilibrium equations. Sigma for that is forces along x direction is equal to 0, or sigma h is equal to 0. What are the forces acting in x direction? That is inclined to, that is parallel to inclined plane. Okay, this axis is x-axis is parallel to inclined plane. What are the forces acting along this axis, x-axis? We will see One is P, it is acting from left side to right direction like this. Hence it is positive, P is positive. Since the body is moving upward, my friction will be generated opposite the movement of the body, that is towards downside. Hence it is minus F because it is acting towards left side. I took it as minus F. And this force, weight of the body, if I resolve into x component, then it will become 150 sine 30, and for direction it is acting towards left side, so it is minus. Then okay, my equation becomes P minus, I will substitute for F. F is nothing but mu into N. Then this I retained here. Hence it becomes P minus mu N minus 150 sine 30. That I call it as equation 2. Okay, similarly consider forces along y direction is equal to 0 or sigma v is equal to 0. What are the vertical forces acting here? Sigma f y direction. Okay, one is this N. N is acting along the y plane and it is upward like this. Hence it is positive N. Then one more force is acting. This is weight component of the block. If we resolve into vertical component or y direction, then it will become 150 cos 30. And it is acting downwards like this. So it is a minus 150 cos 30 is equal to 0. Then n becomes 150 cos 30. I will substitute this n in this equation for this n. That is in equation 2. I will substitute this n. You will see then equation becomes P minus mu is given 0.3 multiplied by n. N is given as 150 cos 30. It is given 150 cos 30 here. And this is 150 sine 30 is equal to 0. Then P is equal to, the equation simplifies like this. I will take these things into right side. Then P is equal to 113.97 Newton. If I apply the pressure 113.97 Newton, then my block will move upward. That is the force P required to generate the motion towards upside. That is impending motion upwards. This is the P required. Hence it is, the problem is solved. Now we will try to solve this problem. Okay, that is problem number 6. Two blocks A and B weighing 4 kilonewton and 3 kilonewton respectively are connected up by a string over a frictionless pulley as shown in figure. Here, two blocks A and B are connected by a frictionless connected by a string on a frictionless pulley. A is weighing 4 kilonewton, B is weighing 3 kilonewtons. Next, what we have to find, we'll see. Find the minimum value of force P. This is the force P. Minimum value of P to generate an impending motion to the right. That is motion to the right. A block should move towards right. What will be the P required? We have to find. For that, the coefficient of friction for the surface of contact for block A is given. It is 0.2, and for block B it is given 0.3. This is the coefficient of friction between block and surface. It is given. Okay. Now we will see what is the data which is given. We will write down the data given in the problem. Weight of A is given, that is 4 kilonewton. Weight of B is given, that is 3 kilonewton. What is the pulling force required to move the body towards right side? It is asked. Coefficient of friction between block A and horizontal surface is given, that is 0.2. Coefficient of friction between block B and the horizontal surface on the inclined surface is given, 3. Before going into the problem, we'll see the string carries tensile force. Means always this string which is connected block A and B always carries tensile strength. That is the force acting away from the body. Okay. Next is the pulling force is inclined in this figure and it has slope is given 1:2. From this slope we will find the theta. Okay. I considered that figure here. Okay, this is the theta. This side becomes my opposite side and this side becomes my adjacent side if I consider theta like this. So if I apply tan function, tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. Here my opposite is 1, adjacent is 2. It will become 1 by 2 here. Now theta is equal to tan inverse 1 by 2 and theta is worked out to be 26 degrees 33 minutes. Now before, okay, which block I have to consider first? This is the main thing, very important. Which block I have to consider first to solve this problem? Two blocks are there. So which block I have to consider first? Let me see what happens if I consider block A. I considered first block A. I tried to resolve all the forces along x direction. What are the forces present? One is tension in the string, it is acting away. Another which is also unknown, and P pulling force I have to find. This is also unknown. Since my block is moving towards the right direction, my friction will be generated in opposite to the movement of the block. It is towards left direction. Friction also unknown. Three forces are unknown if I resolve horizontally. So I had two equilibrium equations, sigma fx is equal to 0, sigma fy is equal to 0. Here three unknowns are there. Hence it is difficult to solve this if I consider block A. Now I will consider block B. Let me see what are the forces acting. I will consider x-axis parallel to the inclined plane like this. Then what are the forces acting in x direction? We will see. One is this tension in the string is acting. Okay. Another one is weight component. I know if I resolve this, tension is unknown. Okay. Since the block A moves towards the right, my B block moves upwards. Hence the friction will generate opposite to the movement of block B, that is downward direction. Friction is unknown, tension is unknown, and weight component is known. So if I can use two equilibrium equations, that is sigma horizontal forces is equal to 0 and sigma vertical forces is equal to 0 for this condition, block B. Two unknowns are there. I can easily use two equilibrium equations to solve them. Therefore, I will consider this block B instead of block A. Block A requires here three forces are unknown. I have only two equilibrium equations if I consider block A. If I consider block B, two forces are unknown and equilibrium equations available also two. Hence, it can be easy to find unknown forces if I consider block B. Therefore, I will take block B first. Okay, this is the block B free body diagram. It is inclined plane, which is inclined at an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. So I took x-axis parallel to the inclined plane here and y-axis perpendicular to the inclined plane, and my weight component of the block is making an angle 30 degree with the vertical axis, that is y-axis, and the cable is connected here from block B to block A. So it is carrying tensile force like this. Tensile force is acting away from the body. It is given like this. Okay, let me call it as T1. Since the weight is there, now my normal reaction will be developed upward direction. and that I will call it as NB. Since my block is moving upward, because A is moving right side towards right, friction will be generated in this contact surface is towards downward direction. That is F. That is given by mu B into NB. It is downward because my block B is moving upward. Okay. Now I will apply equilibrium equations. My horizontal component become WB sin theta. Vertical component becomes uh, WB cos theta. It is there. It is given by this by using these relations, trigonometric relations. Okay, you can see this. Here theta is there. If this side become opposite, if I consider theta here, then this side become adjacent, this side become hypotenuse. If I take sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. I want this opposite side, that is horizontal axis, that is horizontal component. So that will become double sin theta here. If we consider cos theta, then it will become adjacent by hypotenuse, adjacent by hypotenuse. Hence, adjacent is equal to W here, W cos theta. Okay. Now I will apply equilibrium equations. That is, forces along x direction is equal to 0 or horizontal direction is equal to 0. What are the forces here? Horizontal forces acting in this horizontal x-axis I took like this, which is parallel to inclined plane. Okay, one is T1 is there, that is acting towards right side, hence it is positive. Another one is weight component. I will resolve into x in x direction. It is acting left side, hence it will become W minus W sine 30 degrees. And my friction is also acting towards left side here in this case, so it is also minus F. Here you can see T1 is right direction positive, friction is towards left direction, hence it is negative Fp, and weight component also acting towards left side, hence it is also negative, is equal to 0. Then I substitute for this F, that is mu into N here. My equation become T1 minus mu, I substituted 0.3 NB is equal to 3 sine 30. Now I will consider sigma, vertical forces along y-axis is equal to 0 or sigma v is equal to 0. What are the vertical forces acting here? One is weight component. I have to resolve towards y-axis. It is acting downwards, hence it is minus, and N is acting upwards, NB. It is positive. Here you can see NB minus W cos 30 is equal to 0. NB is equal to W is weight component of the block is 3 kilonewton. It is substituted here cos 30, and NB work out to be 2.6 kilonewtons. Okay, so I substitute this NB in over here in equation 1 for this. Then equation becomes T1 minus 0.3 to multiplied by 2.6 is equal to 3 sine 30. Then T1 is worked out to be 2.3 kilonewtons here. Next, I will take free body diagram of block A. I found this tension in the string. Okay, my block is moving towards right direction, hence motion is in this direction. P is acting like this. They gave slope 1 by 2. So from the slope I found the angle, that is 26 degree 33 minutes. Since my block is moving right side, friction will be generated opposite to the movement of block, that is towards left side. That is F is in this direction, F A. Due to weight, normal reaction Na will be generated upwards. This is given in this figure. Now consider horizontal component of this P, that is P cos 26 degree 33 minute, and vertical component become E sin 26 degree 33 minute. Next I will apply equilibrium equations, that is forces in x direction is equal to 0 or horizontal forces is equal to 0. What are the horizontal forces here acting? One is tension towards left side, hence it is minus, it is equal to T1, and F is a friction also acting towards left side, hence it is also minus Fa. If I resolve this weight component towards x direction, then it is acting towards right side, hence it is positive P cos 26 degree 33 minute. P cos 26 degree 33 minute is equal to T1 mu A into Na. That is, I substituted for Fa here. This one. Now consider vertical forces is equal to 0. Sum of all the vertical forces. What are the vertical forces acting in this? One is Na upwards, another one is W downwards, WA, and P resolve into vertical component, that is also acting upwards. Here we can, it is given in this equation. See here, Na is positive, Wa is negative, and Pa component of y-axis, that is P component regarding y-axis is positive, is equal to 0. Then Na is worked out to be this Wa is substituted 4 kilonewton and P sine 26 degree 33 minute. Okay, now I will substitute this Na in this equation. Here Na is there now. For this Na, I will substitute this. Na is equal to 4 minus P sine 26 degree 33 minute. I substituted here. For Na, this is mu. This is Wa. Okay, my equation become like this. Then after simplification, my equation reduces to this form. That is 0.8 P is equal to 3.1. Hence, P is equal to 3.1 divided by this 0.96. Here 0.96 it will become. Then 3.1 divided by 0.96. P is equal to 3.2 and it is worked out to be 3.2. Hence, I require force of 3.2 kilonewton to move block A towards right direction. Hence, it is solved. This problem is solved.